Hi, thank you for joining me today. Let's see who we have here. Let's see. There we are. And I will fill you in on this cute little fella here that I'm using as my profile picture. I'll explain that in just a minute, but I want to greet everybody. Let me start at the bottom and work my way to the top. Hi, Kimber. Thank you for joining. Hey, Barbara. Long time no talk. Are you stalking me or am I stalking you, sister? Hi, Brutally. Thank you for joining. Arctic Fox, of course. Thank you, Fox, for joining every day. I appreciate it. Brutally, thank you for joining. We got Barb again. We have Stormy. Hey, Stormy. Thank you. You're always here. I think. Thank you guys so much for joining me each day at 2. I do appreciate each of you. Then we have our beautiful Paula. Invisible Amy, thank you for joining. Did you know? Thank you for joining. Raging Rabbit Hole, I hope you're in a good mood today. Going down the rabbit hole. Hi, Jessica. Um, Cherokee Cherry. Suitcase Sammy, thank you guys. Plus one, Bad. Thank you for joining, Bad. Hey, Stan, Wisdom's not here yet. I'm sure your love will be here at any moment. Duolingo's grandpa and Duolingo's kid. Awesome. Thank you guys for joining today. Billy Chew, thank you for joining. Alex, Critical Consideration, thank you. Gilter One. Uh-oh, I know that's an Idaho thing. Um, did I miss anybody? Hi, Willie. Thank you for joining. Waddle Walter. That's a new name. Welcome, Waddle Walter. And I hope you're not the Walter I think you are. If so, you're more than welcome to come on panel and troll me up here first before we block you. If not, then welcome. Or welcome. Then welcome. We're glad to have you. All right. I think that might be it. Did I miss anyone? If I did, let me know. I apologize. Okay. I think that's everybody for now. Okay. So first we're going to start with a few flyers. These Arctic brought these to my attention and I do need to go over them first. So here's our first one. And because I've misplaced my glasses again, I have it printed, so I'll print I'm going to read off my printed paper. It says Linda. Linda is missing. She's missing from Ohio. She's 85 years old. She has gray hair, brown eyes. She's 5'1" and she weighs 170 pounds. The Columbus Police Department has issued a missing adult alert for Linda Berkemer. She suffers from Alzheimer's disease. She was last seen driving away from her residence on Telford Drive in Franklin County on March 9th, 2025 at 1:05 p.m. She was driving a silver 2007 Honda Odyssey, similar to the one pictured there. She has an Ohio license plate of AT07HP. Please contact the Columbus Police Department with any information regarding her whereabouts at 614-645-4545. Please take a good look here at Linda's face. That has to be frightening for her and her family. I couldn't imagine. I mean, her being 85 years old, maybe she just got disoriented, and with dementia, that's awful. That's sad, sad, sad. So please take a look at the van. If you see this kind of van with an Ohio plate, refer back. Maybe that could be her. In the next one, oh, I'm gonna booger this name up. Um, one goodness, Miss Konaki, age 20, is a college student missing abroad. Miss Kanaki, a 20-year-old junior at the University of Pittsburgh, has been missing since March 6th. After disappearing during a spring break trip to Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, she was last seen at approximately 4:50 a.m. walking along the beach at the Republic Resort. She is 5 feet 3 inches tall, black hair, brown eyes. At the time of her disappearance, she was wearing a brown bikini, large round earrings, a metal anklet on her right leg, yellow and steel bracelets on her right hand, and a multicolored beaded bracelet on her left hand. She was traveling with 6 other female students from the University of Pittsburgh. Search efforts have involved local authorities, the Dominican Civil Defense, and the Embassy of India. But as of March 9th, there has been no confirmed sightings. If you have any information about her whereabouts, please contact their county sheriff's office at 1-703-777-1021 or the local Dominican Republic authorities at 1-829-618-7635. Please take a good look at her face. I'm sure she's frightened, scared. Maybe she also got a little disoriented being in a new place, but yeah, it's Sodikasha. Sodikasha. Okay. I Arctic, I know that I can't say it. But please take a good look at her face. She has a very pretty smile, something that might stand out to you. So this little guy, this is Adam. Adam Gitter. He has a little story behind that cute, sweet little face. And I do have many, many other flyers I will be reading after this. It won't be a long thing with Adam, but Adam hardly got any coverage. And if you will type his name into your search bar, even in YouTube, nothing popped up for me. Now, maybe it was just mine, but absolutely nothing had popped up for me. To me, that was just it was crazy, so I had to pick it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this. If I can make it bigger, and that way you'll be able to see a little bit better of what I'm looking at. Okay. Says courtroom corruption, grieving mom accuses judge of cash for kids scandal. Before I read this off, is the sound okay? Because my mic is a little touchy today. So hopefully the sound's all right. He's adorable. Look at that little face. Oh my goodness. And his little ears. Do I need to set the sound, guys? Sounds good. So you don't think I'm too loud, too quiet, anything? Okay, then we'll start. All right. So little Adam here, cutest little, but look at him, just that little smile. Okay. 6-year-old Adam Gitter was smart, kind, loving, caring, adorable, and funny. Earlier this month, he was pronounced dead in Lakeland, Florida, in the hospital while in custody of his father, Dr. Leonard J. Gitter. And his father is also an oncologist. Alina B., the grieving mother, wants answers that have not been forthcoming. The local Polk County Sheriff and Lakeland Hospital have been tight-lipped about what happened. I'm not sure that I can play this without getting struck, so I'm probably not going to. I know it's only 2 minutes long, but no. So the mother says her son should have never been put in this dire position. She alleges a pattern of bias and corruption with the Snyder Union County Family Court in Pennsylvania. Judge Lori L. Hackenberg's string of outlandish decisions, including reliance on a troubling custody evaluation conducted by Harris's Dr. Arnold T. He has a PhD, contributed to the circumstances leading to her son's untimely demise. Adam's death came amidst a bitter custody dispute highlighting stark disparities in financial resources and parental treatment. The legal struggle claims. Wait a minute. The con. Okay, let me start over. The mom claims that they favored her wealthier ex-husband due to alleged judicial bias. She believes her son's case is a stark example of cash for kids in the family courts. And honestly, once we get through this, I would love for each of you to tell me what you think in chat about this, because if it'll happen, and I hate to put it this way, but if it'll happen to rich people, what exactly happens when there are poor children involved? So it said the mom believes her son's case is a stark example of cash for kids in the family courts. It raises important issues around the need for transparency, fairness, and accountability in judicial process that purportedly prioritizes children's welfare above all else. Wow, I can't talk today. Hope you guys can understand my stuttering. A custody battle turns tragic. And this is his mother. She's absolutely gorgeous here. Says, bereaved mother, Elena, wants answers about the death of her 6-year-old son, Adam. She believes the Snyder Union County Family Court in Pennsylvania is to blame. The heated custody dispute between her and her ex husband, Leonard J. Gitter, a medical doctor based in Lakeland, Florida, began 5 months after Adam's birth. The Pennsylvania Family Court initially awarded the mom primary physical custody, but as the legal battle unfolded, it exposed the personal animosities between the two parents and the stark disparities in their financial resources and social standing. The mother, a former academic with credentials from Cornell University and Lycoming College, found herself pitted against her well established oncologist ex husband, a dynamic that she claims significantly influenced the family court. The legal battle was marked by a series of decisions that contends heavily favored Dr. Gitter, largely due to his superior financial standing and resources. She describes a situation where the scales of justice seem to tilt in favor of wealth and influence. And I think we see that so much and way too often. She says that Judge Hackenberg systematically disadvantaged her while favoring her wealthier ex-husband. She contends that the judge's rulings, particularly the custody flip based on custody evaluator, his report placed her under extreme financial strain. Not only did she lose her son, but she was required to cover all costs associated with visiting him in Florida. The court directive came despite her challenging financial situation, highlighted by her unemployment status and contrasted starkly with her husband's substantial income as a successful doctor, of course. She decrees that decision is unfair and an impossible burden that severely limited her ability to maintain a regular and meaningful presence in her son's life. A mother's heart wrenching letter. And this, I mean, if you really think about it, that is really sad. I mean, so she had custody and she did nothing wrong, but because her soon to be ex or her ex here has decided that, he makes more money and which means he probably has more power. And that power led to her son being their son being in the custody of the father, although they both had no problem taking care of him together. That's so unfair. You're right, brutally, money doesn't buy love or happiness. But it'll definitely buy a court decision, apparently, in this. Hi, James Moen. Thank you for joining us today. Happy to see you. But yeah, I think that is just so sad. That's just terrible. So Adam's death pushed his mom to the brink of despair. She addressed the court in a manner intertwining an overwhelming grief and stark accusations directed at the legal system that she believes failed her son and her. She lays bare the depth of her pain and the excuse me, and the breadth of her anger, and does not mince words in her condemnation. She labels Judge Hackenberg as a child murderer, a stark and shocking characterization that underscores the depth of her conviction, and the judge's decisions were solely responsible for Adam's untimely death. This is her speaking. I filed several emergency motions to change custody. The last one was in December of 2023. Finally, after a few more emergency motions that I had filed, which were ignored by the judge from Union and Snyder Counties, Pennsylvania, she scheduled a pre-trial conference for March 6th of 2024. This is the email that I wrote to the deputy court administrator. Dear Mrs. C's, I regret to inform you that I will not be able to attend the hearing on March 6th. Instead, I find myself attending the funeral of my smart, kind, loving, caring, adorable, and funny son, Adam. He had not even reached his 7th year when his life was tragically cut short by the actions of Judge Hackenberg. The gravity of Judge Hackenberg's actions transcends mere negligence. They constitute a heinous crime. Instead of deciding the fate of our children, she should be facing the consequences of her actions behind bars. This is not only a matter of personal tragedy, but a call for justice that echoes throughout our community. Judge Hackenberg's continued presence as a decision maker in the lives of children possesses a clear and present danger to not only her family, but the entire community. The omnious truth that the next victim could very well be someone close to you. Her position of authority has become a threat to our world. She's a child murderer whose actions demand immediate accountability. During April 12th, 2022 hearing, I directly confronted Judge Hackenberg with the stark truth. As recorded on page 79 of the transcript, we know how it all ends this time. Despite this explicit warning, her insatiable greed and economical nature propelled her actions beyond control. It is disheartening that many individuals in this email witnessed her actions and chose silence, allowing the unfolding tragedy to stain all involved with the blood of my perfect and incredible child, Adam. If any shred of decency remains within those who receive this message and they do not wish to bear the burden of another child's blood on their hands, I implore them to speak up. Sincerely, Adam's mother forever. Is that not the saddest? Ugh. Mm-mm. The custody evaluator's report. Central to her grievances was the role of the custody evaluator. Dr. Arnold here, whose assessment would prove pivotal in the shifting dynamics of the custody arrangement. The report, she alleges, was fundamentally flawed and biased, co- contributing significantly to the court's decision to transfer custody to the husband. Mom goes on further, insinuating that the evaluation was not the bias, but potentially bought and paid for a damning indictment that suggests a deeply corrupted process. That's crazy because he had more money than her. They just took her child completely away from her. And now he's gone, gone forever. Over what? Money? Power? Greed? Hmm. Dr. Arnold has been a psychologist for over 40 years, as is often called access to family courts for court systems. He holds more controversial opinions related to the family court arena. He admits there are varying degrees of parental alienation, but denies that this is a medical disorder. The problem with labeling it as a syndrome is it doesn't always happen. When you think about a medical syndrome, you think about a certain toxin. Whether it's bacterial or viral, if someone is exposed to it, they always end up with that disease. In alienation, you have two children within the same environment, exposed to the same things, and one becomes alienated and one doesn't. So, why would that be the case if it was a syndrome? I think it's much more important to see it as family relational problems than it is to label it a syndrome. So the doctor is poorly rated on several medical doctor informational websites. He is alleged to be a woman hater and a corrupt, biased, unethical child custody evaluator who follows the money, not the law. That right there is dangerous. That just that statement alone is dangerous. He is alleged to be a woman hater, a corrupt, biased, unethical child custody evaluator. I mean, could we think of anything more dangerous? Wow. One reviewer said, "Run from this man. He's corrupt, he's unethical, and is incompetent. He recommends custody to fathers, ignores facts, and lies on the stand in open court. There are dozens of mothers who've lost a primary or any custody of their kids because of this man. He shouldn't be allowed to practice." That's just one review. Here's another. This reviewer says this man committed perjury on the stand in custody cases for cash. He is colliding with authorities to remove custody from safe parents. This evil man's unregulated practice has resulted in a child's homicide. We demand the immediate investigation into this criminal. Hi, Molly. Thanks for joining. I'm happy to see you. And yet another review of this doctor. I've now conduct I've now conduct connected with nearly a dozen women who have lost partial or total custody of their children due to him. I'm sure there are many more out there. His evaluations appear to be filled with gender bias against mothers, and worse than if a mother brings up abuse of herself of her children, this being out Joan Mayer's findings in her study on custody outcomes and abuse allegations, in which mothers are more likely to lose custody if they are to speak of the abuse or even more likely if the father invokes alienation. We victims of this doctor found that he has made factual errors in all of the evaluations from places of birth, ages, dates, languages spoken, family history, employment, and much more. Worse than the errors he made, we found his evaluation steeped in gender discrimination and more favorable to fathers across the board. In many instances, fathers' words were consistently presented as unquestioned facts and mothers were allegations and claims. And in many cases, women were not given an opportunity to address the allegations and claims made by their former spouses, many of which were outlandish. He seemed aware and bizarre. He seems unaware and bizarre allegations like Munchausen by proxy or filing for sole custody are common among abusers. These should be red flags for any evaluator. So Arnold monetizes women's trauma. And furthermore, he medicalizes it, consistently denying abuse allegations while suggesting women who have experienced physical, psychological, financial, verbal abuse, or coercive control at the hands of their children's fathers are not traumatized, but rather mentally unwell or unfit to parent. He seems to have no understanding that women undergoing an evaluation in which many may lose custody of their own child or their child's abuser might be stressed in a variety of ways. I do not make these accusations sorry. I do not make these accusations lightly. In comparing evaluations, we victims of this man are horrified. It appears he is copying and pasting data from one evaluation to the next. He is extremely careless, both in his evaluation process, which is lengthy and expensive, and his write up. It appears he systematically discriminates just against women. This doctor regularly denies abuse in his evaluations and is not trauma informed. We believe he consistently puts children in harm's way. While he is not alone in this, we know that fathers who want custody rarely lose custody. He is among the worst of his kind and yet has somehow positioned himself as an expert in the growing industry of divorce. Let me see over here in chat just for a minute. Okay, let's see. We brutally says, Barb, my friend's ex had a long rap sheet too. It didn't matter. He flirted with the DHS worker and everything he made the oldest daughter go with a broken arm 3 days. Wow. Oh my goodness. That is terrible, brutally. Hey, Mom, welcome. All right, let's go back. His prodigies, his son, Casey and Heather Green, are no better. While it is my understanding that some younger women in the AFCC, the professional organization of divorce professionals, are on this or is in this organization at large, lets him continue to train others. So not only does he always go against the female, always for the father, he also will use anything that about the mom against them. He will say they're crazy. If there was any kind of abuse, he makes as if they've made it up, no matter what, and copies and pastes on every report as if it was the same person in every case. Unless you are an abusive man, a wealthy man, or a father's men's right advocate, stay as far away from this doctor as you can. And those he has trained, as you can see, is in order to protect yourself and children. The review only hits a few of the concerns about this doctor and how he treats women and attorneys. Be very careful. There's something very wrong with this practice and this individual. Jill Jones Soderman is the founder and executive director of the Foundation for Child Victims of Family Courts. FCVFC is an advocacy group that has worked tirelessly to expose family court corruption, including evaluators and their evaluations. She calls custody evaluators like this doctor psychopathic predators who are immune from accountability and have nothing to lose. I have to agree with that. I think that's exactly how this sounds. In her most recent book, she writes, The FCVFC is fully familiar with the cast of psychopathic predators who parade as licensed professionals. They are equal opportunity abusers who have no bias in taking money from men or women to slowly, painfully exsanguinate the lifeblood out of their victim. Men, women, and children, probably separating platelets from their blood products from the highest rate of return. In order to verify whether or not you're a fit parent, the family court has resorted to the psychological evaluation given by an evaluator, which would be this other fella here. This person will make a recommendation as to custody, visitation, therapy, and even medication recommendations. The judge will often listen to and follow those recommendations. You will not be allowed to question the interpretation of the data. In many courts, you will not even know what it is because it's kept confidential, even from you and your representatives. Evaluators acting in place of law enforcement, forensic science, best interferes, and best practices are replacing the fact finding functions of the judge, as judges fully predicate their decision making function to the evaluation report and associated recommendations. The reports are written by judicial order and with judicial authority and are granted qualified immunity from the accountability concerning lawsuits. The authors of these life altering reports have nothing to lose. Her grievances extend beyond custody concerns, delving into what she perceives as persuasive bias in the judicial process. She alleges that Judge Hackenberg consistently ignored or minimized evidence that could adversely affect Dr. Gitter's standing, while seemingly magnifying any data that could be seen in his favor. She argues that his selective interpretation of evidence contributed to a skewed portrayal of the custody situation, ultimately influencing the judge's decision to transfer custody over to her ex husband, Mr. Gitter. She perceives a broader pattern of bias within the family court's proceedings. She suggests they are part of a systematic bias that favored the financially more powerful party and disregarded the child's best interests. She argues that the judge's actions reflect a disturbing trend with certain elements of the family court system, where finances might overshadow the needs and well being of the children just because of the heat of a custody dispute. The financial hardship imposed by Judge Hackenberg's orders has her in an untenable position, effectively restricting her ability to litigate on equal footing and contributing to a sense of powerlessness against a system she viewed as rigged and already against her. This, she asserts, led to an unjust shift in this custody. With Adam being moved away from his mother and into a situation that she feared was not in his best interest. And yet all she could do was sit at home and worry. She had no control. This was a court order. Court gave him custody. She couldn't get to her son to save him. She wasn't even allowed to see him because the guy made more money than her. Think about that. Wow. Earlier this month, the legal skirmishes and strategic maneuverings cultivated try it again. Earlier this month, the legal skirmishes and strategic maneuverings ultimate tragedy was sudden as a yet expected death of young Adam while in his father's care in Florida. The devastating turn transformed what was already a fraught legal emotional conflict into a somber tale of loss, raising urgent questions about the decisions that led to this outcome. The fallout of judicial decisions. The heart of the mom's case against the judge and Dr. Arnold lies in what she perceives as a serious series of flawed judicial decisions based on untrue and dangerous speculations in the custody evaluator's report. These were more than simple mistakes and had far reaching consequences, both personally and legally. Her charges against the judge are multifaceted, encompassing allegations of selective evidence review, the application of double standards, and a fundamental disregard for the best interest of her son, Adam. She asserts that the judge did approach distorted the factual landscape of that custody battle, leading to decisions that were not based on balanced or fair assessments of her situation. The accusations do not stop at selective evidence review. She also claims that this judge applied double standards in evaluating the conduct and circumstances of these two parents. She contends that her actions and character were subjected to intense scrutiny and interpreted unfavorably, while her husband's behavior was either excused or viewed more sympathetically. This bias in the judicial treatment undetermined the fairness of the proceedings and, according to her, compromised her ability to litigate effectively and advocate for her son's welfare. Crucially, she believes that these judicial decisions failed to prioritize Adam's best interest. She argues that the outcome of the custody battle, the relocation of Adam to Florida under his father's care, was not in line with what would have been best for Adam's emotional or his physical well being. The shift in custody, predicated or decision she deems unjust and unbiased, removed Adam from her establishment environment and placed him in a situation that she feared was detrimental to his health and happiness. And from the outcome, I do believe she was right. The fallout from these judicial decisions was not abstract legal defeats, but tangible losses. A mother's diminished capacity to protect and be with her child, and ultimately, a young boy's untimely death under mysterious circumstances. I will head back up here. I think I can play this now. I checked just now, just a little bit. If they, if this goes down, I'll be right back. They'll only just like take it down for a second, but it is important. And this guy, he explains really well. I just hope you have sound. So I'm gonna need you guys to make sure to let me know in chat if you have sound while I play this. Okay, let's see if this works.
Okay, so today's story is about the tragic case of a 6-year-old named Adam Gitter, who was pronounced dead in a Lakeland, Florida hospital earlier this month. And it stems from a tragic custody dispute in the family courts. The mother was named, or is named, Elena Zologovsky, and she claims that the Pennsylvania family courts were responsible in part for her son's death. She initially was awarded custody of Adam, and then after a custody evaluator's report by a very controversial Dr. Arnold T. Scheinwald from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, after that custody report reached the judge did a flip and gave custody to the father, who is a Lakeland, Florida oncologist named Dr. Leonard J. Gitter, and had custody of Adam, and Adam was dead earlier this month. She believes that the report was baseless. She believes that Scheinwald is unethical, and that he's corrupt, and that he has a gender bias against mothers in his evaluations. Other people have claimed it as well. That's all in the article. Also, she claims that the judge, the Snyder Union County Family Court Judge, Lori R. Hackenberg, was biased for several reasons. The biggest one being that she favored her, wealthier ex-husband and the flawed report that he could purchase from Dr. Scheinwald over the truth or any fact findings. She just, adopted his report. She thinks that this is a clear case of cash for kids, but it's the cash for kids that went as wrong as it can go with the 6-year-old dead. So I'd like you to take a read. Tell me what you think. Leave some comments. But this is a very, very sad story.
Hmm. So what are you guys thinking so far? It's crazy, isn't it? I think that is just the saddest thing. Have you guys ever saw this before? Like where two people that have money split up and because one makes more money, that's what they go off of for the child? Is that a common thing in any of your states? I mean, you may not know. I don't know. That's why I'm asking, but it just I just can't see how that's okay. I mean, I get that they want the child taken care of, so they're gonna look at income, but you also have to look at, how the child's being treated. Arctic says it happens a lot. Wow. Really? God. That's heartbreaking because we all know that a father can make more money than a mother usually. So it's kinda, but then that takes you back because used to, a father had to fight really hard to try to get custody. But I guess if you're a doctor and you have enough money, you don't. Yeah. Barbara says, "Sad, what a cute little boy. I've heard of it." Oh, have you? Many haven't heard of it. Many haven't. But, I had to make a little video to go along with it, because his life does matter. And no matter what happened with his mom and dad or what the circumstances are of his death, because due to media and misinformation, they will not put all of that out. It's very hard to get any of that information. And he's a minor. And I think what has happened is it needed to be protected. So I made this little video. It's not long, I promise. But it's just kind of a reminder of what misinformation and having loose lips can do to a case. So I'll play that and then we'll continue to the rest of my flyers. All right, here we go.
The disappearance of a child is every parent's worst nightmare. It's a chilling scenario that sends shockwaves through communities, leaving a trail of unanswered questions and a profound sense of unease. Adam Jonathan Gitter's case may not be well known, but the lack of information amplifies the tragedy. This essay delves into the importance of factual reporting and the dangers of misinformation. In an era where news spreads rapidly, the line between fact and fiction can blur. Speculation and rumors can hinder investigations. We must approach information critically, verify sources, and prioritize empathy. Behind every missing person's case is a real human life and a family in pain. Imagine a tight-knit community where neighbors know each other by name and children play freely in the streets. Now picture the collective gasp of horror when a child goes missing. The search begins, fueled by hope and fear. Flyers with a child's face plastered everywhere. Volunteers gather, ready to search. Police set up a command center, but leads are scarce. Each hour weighs heavily on the community. The disappearance is a reminder of life's fragility. Even in safe havens, darkness can lurk. The community clings to hope. They pray for a miracle, despite the growing doubt. In any missing persons case, the early hours and days are critical. Law enforcement agencies, often working against the clock, employ a variety of methods to uncover clues and piece together the puzzle of the disappearance. Detectives, trained to notice the smallest of details, meticulously comb through the missing person's life, interviewing family members, friends, neighbors, and anyone who might have crossed paths with them. They examine phone records, social media activity, and financial transactions, searching for any digital breadcrumbs that might lead them to the missing individual. Forensic teams dust for fingerprints, analyze DNA samples, and scour the scene for any trace evidence that could provide a break in the case. The investigation, a complex and often frustrating process, relies on a combination of meticulous attention to detail and a touch of intuition. Despite their best efforts, investigators often encounter dead ends and false leads, each one a setback in the desperate search for answers. The pressure to solve the case mounts, fueled by the anguish of a family clinging to hope and a community desperate for closure. The investigation, a race against time, becomes a testament to the dedication of law enforcement officers who work tirelessly to bring justice and solace to those affected by such tragedies. In the digital age, social media has emerged as a double-edged sword, capable of both amplifying and distorting information. While platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram can be valuable tools for sharing news, raising awareness, and mobilizing communities, they can also become breeding grounds for misinformation, rumors, and speculation. In the absence of factual reporting, social media can quickly become a breeding ground for speculation and conjecture. Well-intentioned individuals, eager to help, may unwittingly share unverified information, fueling a cycle of misinformation that can hinder the investigation and cause further pain for the family and loved ones of the missing person. The viral nature of social media means that false or misleading information can spread like wildfire, reaching a global audience in a matter of hours. This can have real-world consequences, leading to misdirected search efforts, false leads, and even vigilante justice. In the case of missing persons where time is of the essence, the spread of misinformation can have devastating consequences, diverting resources, and potentially jeopardizing the safety of the individual in question. Section 5. The importance of factual reporting. In an era saturated with information, discerning fact from fiction has become an increasingly daunting task. The rise of social media, while connecting people across geographical boundaries, has also blurred the lines between credible news sources and unreliable platforms peddling misinformation. This is particularly crucial in cases involving missing persons, where accurate and timely information can be the difference between a safe return and a continued search mired in uncertainty. Factual reporting grounded in verified information and sourced from credible sources serves as a beacon of truth in a sea of digital noise. It provides a foundation for understanding complex situations, making informed decisions, and engaging in constructive dialogue. When it comes to missing persons cases, factual reporting plays a vital role in raising awareness, dispelling rumors, and assisting law enforcement agencies in their investigations. Journalists and news organizations have a responsibility to adhere to the highest ethical standards, ensuring that the information they disseminate is accurate, fair, and unbiased. This includes verifying information from multiple sources, attributing quotes and information to their original sources, and correcting any errors promptly and transparently. Section 6. The spread of misinformation, a modern-day epidemic. Misinformation, the deliberate or unintentional spread of false or inaccurate information, has emerged as a pervasive problem in the digital age. Like a virus, it spreads rapidly through social media, online forums, and even traditional media outlets, infecting minds and shaping perceptions. In the context of missing persons cases, misinformation can have dire consequences, hampering investigations, causing emotional distress to families, and eroding public trust. The internet, while a powerful tool for communication and information sharing, has also become a breeding ground for misinformation. Social media algorithms, designed to prioritize engagement, often amplify sensationalized content, regardless of its veracity. This creates echo chambers where users are bombarded with information that confirms their existing biases, making it difficult to distinguish fact from fiction. In missing persons cases, misinformation can take many forms. It could be a well-intentioned but ultimately inaccurate eyewitness account shared on social media, a fabricated story designed to generate clicks and ad revenue, or a deliberate attempt to mislead the public and obstruct the investigation. Regardless of the intent, the consequences can be devastating. Section 7. Navigating the Digital Age: Critical Thinking and Media Literacy. In our increasingly digital world where information flows freely and rapidly, the ability to critically evaluate sources, identify biases, and discern fact from fiction has become more crucial than ever. This is especially true in the context of missing persons cases, where the spread of misinformation can hinder investigations and cause undue stress and anxiety for families and loved ones. Critical thinking, the ability to analyze information objectively and form judgments based on evidence, is an essential skill for navigating the digital landscape. It involves questioning assumptions, evaluating sources, considering multiple perspectives, and being aware of one's biases. When encountering information about a missing persons case, it is imperative to apply critical thinking skills to determine the reliability and credibility of the source. Media literacy, the ability to access, analyze, evaluate, and create media in a variety of forms, is another crucial skill for navigating the digital age. It involves understanding how media messages are constructed, the techniques used to influence audiences, and the ethical considerations involved in media production and consumption. Section 8. Honoring Adam Jonathan Gitter's memory, a call for truth and compassion. While the specifics of Adam Jonathan Gitter's case remain shrouded in mystery, his story serves as a poignant reminder of the importance of approaching such sensitive situations with empathy, respect, and a commitment to truth. In the absence of concrete information, it is imperative to resist the urge to speculate, spread rumors, or engage in harmful online behavior. Instead, let us honor Adam's memory by fostering a culture of responsible information sharing, where facts are prioritized over sensationalism, and empathy guides our online interactions. Let us use this opportunity to educate ourselves and others about the dangers of misinformation, the importance of media literacy, and the power of collective action in combating the spread of harmful content. Adam's story, though shrouded in uncertainty, underscores the need for compassion and understanding in the digital age. It is a stark reminder that behind every missing person's case is a real family grappling with unimaginable pain and a community searching for answers. Section 9 Conclusion: Finding Light in the Darkness. The disappearance of a child is a tragedy that leaves an enduring mark on families, communities, and society as a whole. It is a stark reminder of the fragility of life, the randomness with which misfortune can strike, and the importance of cherishing our loved ones. While the specifics of Adam Jonathan Gitter's case remain elusive, his story serves as a poignant reminder of the power and peril of information in the digital age. In the absence of concrete ability to approach such sensitive situations with empathy, respect, and a commitment to truth. Let us honor Adam's memory by advocating for responsible information sharing, promoting media literacy, and fostering a culture of compassion and understanding online. While the search for answers may be ongoing, the human spirit's resilience shines through in the face of adversity. Let us move forward with a renewed commitment to seeking truth, supporting one another, and honoring the memory of those lost by creating a safer, more informed, and compassionate world.
All right. Any questions? Dago, I know you guys came in late. You and Mama Bear, I apologize. My dog is already starting because my boy's home, but he'll hush in a minute, I promise. But this is Adam. Adam was 6 years old. I know I'll just kind of give you guys a little brief of him. He's 6 years old. His name is Adam Gitter. His dad is a doctor, and his mother, she was a good she's a good mom. She just kind of didn't make enough money compared to the dad's pay. So when they went to court, the judge chose money over the well-being of this young boy, and he lost his life due to it. Yes, he's adorable. His little smile and all of it. Yeah. So they're saying that this judge is more like a cash judge. Whoever has the most money wins. And that is so frightening. Yes. Yep. For sure. But I will take this off here, and then I will start some flyers. All right. Get me off of there. Make that bigger. Okay. And I'll start going over some flyers. Any questions before I start these? Yeah, Tandy, it's bad. Um, the judge, I guess he's known for it. Several reviews on his website were saying how bad he was, that he chooses money over the well-being of children, that he has this bias against moms. So no matter what, they go to this judge. The dad knows he's getting the child. But in this case, it's tragic because I guess that money didn't buy happiness because poor little Adam lost his life. And that's it. Yeah, it is abuse of power. It absolutely is. It's corruption. It's just the same as all the officers we put out. Anyone in power that uses money over the well-being of a child, I mean, wow. It's unreal. Yeah. Yeah, it's in the very beginning. I read the big news article first, so if you do have questions about Adam, I went over it in the very beginning, so you may wanna do that, Tandy, just to kinda catch up about him, but he got no coverage, and there's no information of how he passed away due to misinformation in the media because they did have money. They both had money. So when they both had money, media went crazy with misinformation, so now they just hushed it all up. They sealed it all. But let me start on these flyers, and when I do that, I'll be a little bit slow catching up with chat because I'm not that good yet. I don't know how you guys do that, but I try. But if I miss somebody in chat, I apologize. I will catch up at the end though. Okay, so this is Chloe Smith. Chloe Smith is missing. She was last seen March 7th, 2025. She's 16 years old. She's 5'3" and she weighs 130 pounds. She was last seen possibly wearing a black Nike hoodie and jeans. That's all the information I really have on her. If you have any information about her, please contact their police department at 701-451-7660. Yeah, Dago, it is. It's really sad. I mean, it is. Up, located safe. Missing. We have She's missing from Kingsport, Tennessee. She's been missing since March 8th, 2025. She's 16 years old, 5'2", and she weighs 130 pounds. She was last seen around 10 p.m. on March 8th. They were last seen on New Beeson Well Road. She's believed to be with Michaela Gray. If you have any information about Alexia, please contact the Kingsport Police Department at 423-229-9300. We have Michaela Gray. She's also missing from Kingsport, Tennessee, and could possibly be with this young lady that we just went over. She was also last seen March 8th, 2025, and she's 5'5". She was last seen at 10 p.m., the same place that Michaela was last seen, wearing a white and black hoodie, red and blue pajama pants, and pink Crocs. She's believed to be with Alexia. If you have any information, please contact their police department. It's 423-229-9300. Hi, Peggy. Thank you for joining us. We have Aaliyah. Aaliyah's also missing. She's 15 years old, 5'5", weighs 140 pounds. She was last seen on March 8th at 4 p.m. on the 3500th block of East West Highway. She was last seen wearing a black coat, black pants, and black Nike shoes. If you have any information, please contact their police department at 301-985-5060. Oh, another located safe. We have Jordan. Jordan's missing from Kansas, last seen March 3rd, 2025. Jordan left his residence after making concerning comments about self-harm. His vehicle was found on Highway 69, just north of 20. Well, let me start over. One of those days. His vehicle was found on Highway 69, just north of 247th Street, around 5:40 p.m. that night. An immediate search of the area did not locate Jordan. If you have any information about Jordan, please contact the Miami County Sheriff's Office at 913-294-3232. Sophia Carlson is missing from Oklahoma, last seen March 9th, 2025. She's only 13 years old. She's 5 foot tall and she weighs 120 pounds. Welcome, Stephen. Nice to see you. Hi, Prime Mobsters. Is that Stephen? Did he change his name again or is that someone else? I don't see Stephen. Well, if you Prime Mobsters, if you're not Stephen, welcome. It's nice to see you. Sophia was last seen in the area of 8th and 9th grade center at 402 North South Street. She has blue eyes and recently dyed her hair black. Oh, just a minute. Just 1 minute, guys. Sorry. I have my son. You got in trouble? Oh, no. What happened?
I asked the teacher a question, but I forgot it was in a time to ask a question.
Okay. Well, that's all right. We'll talk about it in a little while. Okay.
I have to read a book for like 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Well, that's not punishment.
But after 1 hour and 30 minutes, I get to watch TV.
Oh, well, there you go. You love to read anyway, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, shut my door for me.
I was going to pee, but...
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I just realized I'm not muted. Family life. Now you get to hear my family life. He got in trouble today because he talked when he wasn't supposed to. Don't we all? Okay, sorry, guys. I'll continue. I thought I was muted. I do apologize. Sophia was last seen in the area of 8th and 9th grade center at 402 North South Street. She has blue eyes and recently dyed her hair black. If you have any information about Sophia, please contact their police department at 918-680-3125. He says hi, guys. Sahara King is missing from Ohio, last seen March 7th, 2025. All you Ohio people, I know there's a couple of you in here. Please be on the lookout for her. She is 17 years old. She's 5'2", and she weighs 140 pounds. She was last seen on foot in the area of Wales Avenue and Trackhagen Street, Northwest in Jackson Township. She was wearing a light blue sweatshirt, yellow emoji pants, black Uggs, and carrying a Nike bag. If you have any information about her, please contact the Jackson Township Police at 330-832-1555.
I had this up in my pocket
Okay,
because
thank
I got
you.
it late.
Okay, thank you. Next, sorry guys, he usually is never so talkative. Okay, William Hoffman is missing from Knoxville, Maryland. He is 6 foot tall, 230 pounds. William Hoffman was last seen at his parents' home in Knoxville, Maryland on the morning of March 7th, 2025. At the time of his disappearance, he was believed to be wearing a dark olive green parka, boots, and carrying a black backpack. William does not drive and was diagnosed with high functioning autism. So, this one's going to be one that I'm going to be sharing everywhere, of course. Um, Goodness, that's got to be so scary for him. If you have any information about William, please contact the Frederick County Sheriff's Office at 301-600-1046. Welcome, Cash. Thank you for joining me. And as you know, I'm a female. Oh, wait. What do you need me to back up on, Dago? Which one? Oh, the one from Ohio? Okay. Sahara King. She's missing from Jackson Township, Ohio. 17 years old, 5'2", 140 pounds. Last seen on foot in the area of Wales Avenue and Trafhagen. I'm sure you know the area. Yep. Yes, Cash. Doodley is female. Oh no, Dago, really? She's right. Okay. So somebody please send Dago that flyer, if you will. If not, I can send it. But somebody please send that to him if it's right down the road. Yes. I'll get that to you, Dago. Okay. Back to William. William is autistic. So again, please, 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 if you see these flyers, please share. Okay, move on. We have Camarcus Brooks. He's missing from Florida. He was last seen December 17th, 2022. You're welcome, Dago. He's 20 years old, 6'4", and he weighs 210 pounds. Camarcus Brooks and his mother, Erica Brooks, were last seen on December 17th, 2022, asleep at their residence in the 19700th block of Southwest 109th Place in Dunedin, Florida. When family members returned home, they discovered that both Camarcus and Erica were missing. Sorry, I got a squeaky chair here. They have not been heard from since. At the time of their disappearance, neither had access to a vehicle. Few details are currently available. And next, I will be reading his mother's. Oh, 4 miles. Yeah, definitely, Dago. And I'd be putting out flyers if you would, because you never know. You could be that person to bring her home. Here's the mom that we were talking about. Here's Camarcus, and then he's missing along with his mom. This is Erica Brooks, missing from the same area, December 17th, 2022. She's 44 years old, 5'8", and 180 pounds. Erica Brooks and her son were last seen on December 17th, asleep at their residence. Upon returning home, family members discovered that both Erica and Camarcus were missing. They have not been heard or seen from since. At the time of their disappearance, neither had access to a vehicle. Few details are currently available regarding their cases. We have James Hughes. He's missing from Batesville, Arkansas. Last seen August 1st of 2020. He is 45 years old, 5'4", and he weighs 130 pounds. James Hughes and his twin brother, Cleaston Hughes, were last seen together in Batesville, Arkansas on August 1st, 2020. Welcome, Horse TV. Happy to see you here. They stated they planned to travel to Colorado for a period of time and intended to return to Batesville at a later date. However, they have not been seen or heard from since. Details surrounding their disappearances remain limited. If you have any information about James, please contact the Independence County Sheriff at 870-793-8838. We have Cleaston Hughes. He's also missing from Batesville, Arkansas. I'm going to assume, yep, that's probably the brother. So this is the brother of the other one. Both of them together, they have disappeared together. Neither one has been seen since. So please, if you see this face or this one, they could be together. Please contact their Independence County Sheriff's Office at 870-793-8838. Danny was found safe. That's great. Safe. Safe. I love the safe ones. Oh my goodness, that's great. Look at that. See, guys? Share those flyers out. All of this is because of the public. Found safe. Located. Oh, rest in peace, Herschel. We have Zoe. Zoe's missing from Springfield. She's been missing since March 8th, 2025. She's 13 years old. She was last seen in the area of Franklin Street. She is possibly in the Armory Street or Clyde Street area. If you have any information about Zoe, please contact the Springfield Police Department at 413-787-6360. Yes, Cash, really. The safe ones just, I don't know, it just warms your heart because when you see so many missing and then you see so many found like that, it's a good feeling. It is. Yes, found safe is my 2 favorite words too. Or located safe. Those 2. Alistair is missing from St. Petersburg, Florida, last seen March 1st, 2025. He's only 17 years old. It says he was last seen around 10 a.m. leaving his home near the 6500th block of Bayou Grand Avenue. He was riding a white beach cruiser bicycle and was dressed in blue shorts and a gray sweatshirt. If you have any information about Alistair, please contact their police department at 727-893-7780. We have Casey Felver. She's missing from Marion, Indiana. Last seen March 6th, 2025. She's 14 years old, 5'4". Look at that gorgeous red hair. And only weighs 120 pounds. She was last seen around 9 p.m. on March 5th, 2025 in Marion, Indiana. She may have left with someone. If you have any information about Casey, please contact the Marion Police Department at 765-662-9981. Robert Norris is also missing. He's missing from Prince George, Maryland. Last seen March 1st, 2025. 61 years old, 6'2", and he weighs around 195 pounds. Robert was missing shortly after leaving his daughter's house. He was on his way to a friend's house to watch a fight, but never arrived. His truck last pinged traveling up and down Allington Road in D.C. He was last seen wearing a black shirt and blue jeans. The truck he was driving was found in Camp Springs at a gas station. If you have any information about Robert, please contact the Prince George Police Department at 301-780-8500. Elizabeth Sutton is missing from St. Louis, Missouri. She was last seen August 23rd, 2024. She's 41 years old, 5'2", and weighs 130 pounds. The last contact with her family was on 8/23/24. And it's highly unusual for her to go months without texting them. No one has seen or heard from her since, and she was last seen downtown on Pennsylvania Avenue in St. Louis, which is a dangerous avenue. Her many siblings are deeply worried about her. She has tattoos on her inner try again. She has tattoos on her inner left calf, upper left shoulder, and upper right arm. If you have any information about Elizabeth Sutton, please contact the Dunklin County Sheriff's Office at 573-888-2409. Ann Craig is missing from Quincy, Illinois, last seen April 9th, 1982. She was 49 years old at the time of her disappearance, 5'2" and 90 pounds. Ann Craig, born Ann Stapp, was originally from Quincy, Illinois. She later moved to Cicero near Chicago, where she built a life with her family. After her husband's passing at age 52, Ann returned to Quincy in the late 1960s. Over time, she has struggled with grief and alcohol addiction, which led to her to associate with a rough crowd. She experienced periods of homelessness and was frequently seen in Washington Park. After a period of sobriety following a jail sentence, Ann reconnected with her daughters and looked forward to becoming a grandma. However, she did relapse at a family gathering once again, faced difficulties. The very last known sighting of Ann was around April 9th, 1982, when she was speaking with 2 men at a park in Quincy. The men were reportedly driving a blue Ford truck. After that day, she never collected her Social Security check, and she has remained missing ever since. You have any information about Ann Craig, please contact their police department at 217-228-4470. Found safe. Tyler Goodrich is gone, but not forgotten. JC, I will keep you in my thoughts with that one. I know that you did search. I don't even know if JC's in here, but if she is, I still want her to know that my heart's with her. I know anytime that you search for someone, it gets personal, and the person becomes. I don't know how to explain it. If you've never done a search, I really, really think you should. Really. But Tyler Goodrich was found deceased. And my computer froze. Try it again. Okay. Located. Here we go again. I love the located. Oh, Ulysses Anderson was found deceased. That's heartbreaking. I really thought that that would go the other way. Maya, located safe. Found safe. Grace. Tabitha found safe. Carl, located safe. Billy Joe St. Clair. And as we know now that Tyler was found deceased. Elizabeth Hernandez is missing from Albuquerque, New Mexico, last seen November 15th, 2017. She was 29 years old, 5'7", and she weighed 130 police, 130 pounds. I saw Tomboy's thing, grammar police. Oh no, we have a grammar police in here? Uh-oh, I'm screwed. Is JC even in here? I don't think I haven't seen her, but guys, do say a little prayer for her if you do pray because that is hard. She was a searcher and that's very hard. Okay, so Elizabeth here is missing New Mexico on the evening of November 15th, 2017. She had been at her sister's house with her boyfriend. The father of her unborn baby picked her up that night. The following morning, Elizabeth was scheduled to attend an appointment for food assistance at the Human Services Department on Bridge Boulevard in southwest Albuquerque. She had planned to return to her sister's house later that afternoon to babysit while her sister had to go to work. Well, Elizabeth failed to show up, and her sister contacted the dad, who stated he had dropped her off at the Human Services Department that morning. Detectives with the Albuquerque Police Department confirmed that his phone records collaborated with his claim. However, an investigation revealed that Elizabeth never signed in for her appointment, and her food assistance account has remained inactive since her disappearance. Additionally, her social media activity ceased entirely the day she went missing. If you have any information about Elizabeth, please contact the Albuquerque Police Department 505-768-2020. Cash. Well, you cannot carry on being a witch. What? Who are you talking to? What you talking about, Willis? You cannot carry on being a who you calling a witch? What y'all talking about? I missed something. You know me, I can't be missing stuff. Grammar police, go away. Who's the grammar police? Which one of y'all's grammar police? I'm sure this is a joke, right? My ADHD will not let me stop looking. Somebody explain to me, please. Oh, Kimber's the grammar police. Oh, Lord. I'm not messing with her. Y'all are on your own. I'm not in trouble. Y'all are. I don't mess with Kimber. But Megan is also missing from Ohio. Dago, oh, there you are. Okay. Someone hooked on phonics. Well, Kimber might be, but I may be if she catches me. Dago, this is another one from Ohio. This is Megan Lancaster. She's missing from Wheelersburg, Ohio. I don't know if that's near you. It says she was 25 when she went missing, 5'3", 115 pounds, and she's been missing since April 3rd, 2013. You're the witch too, Kimber? Awesome. I'll get my broom gassed up. I'll rewrite at dawn. Okay. Megan called her mother at 7:30 p.m. on the night she went missing. There's been no communication with her ever since. Her white Ford Mustang was found on April 5th, 2013, abandoned at the local Raleig's fast food restaurant in Portsmouth. The family reported that her wallet was found on the passenger seat, and when they tried calling her, her phone went straight to voicemail. Some employees at rallies reported a white Chevy pulling in behind Megan's car on April 3rd, 2013. Now, these reports state that she did get into the car with an unidentified suspect approximately 10 p.m. that night. Employees reported the license plate to local authorities. Another sighting of Megan believed to have occurred at a convenience store gas station in Wheelersburg, Ohio, approximately 10 miles away, at 1 a.m. Reports indicate that she appeared to be in distress at that time. There is speculation that her disappearance could be connected to the disappearance of Jamie Bowen, Holly Logan, Wanda Lemons, and Charlotte Trago, and the deaths of Tamika Lynch and Tiffany Sayre. Some of the women had places and people in common and were all involved in drugs. There's also speculation that a serial killer or sex trafficker could be behind the disappearances and deaths, but no suspects have been named in any of these cases. They all remain unsolved. I don't know what is happening in Ohio, but that is scary. Do you have any information about Megan or any of the women that I have said in her information? Please contact their police department at 740-353-4101. And if you guys are looking for a cold case, this one might be it. I'm just saying. Lillian found safe. Holt children safe. James Jolly is missing from Chesapeake, Virginia, last seen March 2nd of this year. He is 16 years old. Look at that little grin. I'm sure his mom was waiting for him to come home. He was last seen on March 2nd, 2025 in Chesapeake, Virginia. He has a rose tattoo on his left hand, a dollar sign tattoo behind his ear. If you have any information on James Jolly, please contact the Chesapeake, Virginia Police Department at 757-382-6161. James says, had to drop in for a hot second. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Doodlebug. You most definitely are heaven sent to do this amazing. Oh, James, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you. Daisy was found deceased. This one's hard for me because when we have our elderly out getting lost and we're finding them deceased, it's a whole different level of pain. It's heartbreaking. But Daisy was 90 years old, 5 foot tall, and 90 pounds. And I know I shouldn't give her information because they did find her, but I'm going to anyway because she matters. So Daisy is gone, but not forgotten. She was 90 years old, 5 foot tall, 90 pounds, and she was seen in the Buffalo Trail in Morristown. There was no direction that they had to follow her, but just her face alone, you can see that, she was struggling. So may you rest in peace, Daisy. Paige was found deceased also. Chandler Smith is missing from South Carolina, last seen October 22nd, 2020. He's 22 years old, 5'9", and weighs 185 pounds. Chandler Smith was last seen on Wire Road in Aiken, South Carolina, after being released from the Aiken County Detention Center. A cab has been scheduled to pick him up and drive. The driver later confirmed that Chandler was present in the detention center's parking lot when he arrived. Before getting into the cab, Chandler was approached by a slim-built African-American male inside a red Mitsubishi sedan, accompanied by accompanied by two Hispanic men. The man placed a hand on him while they exchanged words. Chandler then leaned into the cab and told the driver he no longer needed a ride. He was last seen getting into the red Mitsubishi sedan with three men. He has not been seen or heard from since. If you have any information about Chandler, please contact their police department at 803-642-1761. And here is that again, Dago. If you didn't get that name, her name is Megan Lancaster. We have Daniel Oberg, still missing from Sweet Home, Oregon. Last seen April 23rd, 2017. He's 28 years old, 6 foot tall, and weighs 160 pounds. Daniel was last seen on surveillance footage at a Safeway grocery store in Sweet Home, Oregon on April 3rd, 2017 at 12:45 p.m. He was accompanied by one male individual inside the store. While another male remained in Daniel's vehicle with two dogs, Misa and Coda. Daniel and his dogs never returned home, and they were reported missing. On April 25th, 2017, the vehicle he had been driving was discovered on a side road with a view of Marcola Road near mile marker 13. Coda was located and returned by a family member on May 3rd. Misa was later found captured near mile marker 12 on May 14th. Despite the recovery of both of their dogs, there was still no sign of Daniel. He is known to frequent the Quartzville Recreation Corridor in Lynn County, where he camped in the past. If you have any information about Daniel, please contact the Lynn County Sheriff's Office with any tip. If you have any information, even the littlest thing, please call it in. 541-682-4150. Travis Zimmerman is missing from Alton, Illinois. We're seeing a lot of Illinois missing lately. September 30th, 2024 was the day last seen. He's 52 years old, 5'7", and 120 pounds. He has been missing since approximately September 30th, 2024. He was last staying with acquaintances in Morrow, Illinois, but was forced to leave after an argument, leaving all of his belongings behind. It's reported that he was dropped off in Alton, Illinois on Homer Adams Parkway. He is currently homeless and is known to travel on foot throughout Alton and Bethel areas. If you have any information about Travis Zimmerman, please contact the Alton Police Department at 618-818-0684. We have Zoe Hodgers. She's missing from Las Vegas, Nevada. She's 14 years old, last seen March 4th, 2025. Both photos are shown of Zoe. She may still be in the local area, and Zoe's ears are pierced. Do we have any questions yet, guys? I'm going to take a little pause, come back over here and chat with you guys, and then go back to it so I can take a breather. Let's see what Mom says. My mama says, oh, now I am sitting in one spot, had to take the littles out. How dare you, Mom? The littles took you out. We know. Hello, Cassie. Thank you for joining. Do we have any questions about any of this stuff yet? Or any questions for me? Anything? Oh, I know one of y'all want to ask me something. I was told that I don't interact with my chat enough. So now's your time. Go ahead. Fire away, chat. Yes, Cash, I am a woman, but I won't show you, but I'll tell you. Nothing, guys? Oh, look at her. Always got that hustle going. You see that? Mom says, all right, what are the winning lottery numbers? Well, Mom, if I knew the winning lottery numbers, we would all be set right now. When we gonna fire up the weed and have our own version of the burning bush? Oh, Lord, just let me know. Oh, thank you, Barb. Thank you, thank you. All right, well, I guess I'll go back to reading my flyers if y'all have no questions or need me to interact in any way. And to the one that told me I don't interact with my chat, who is not in here, I'm sorry I don't interact with my chat that much. I do try. I get nervous, is why. Doodle, I had a question. Did I miss it? I don't know the winning lottery numbers, but I can give you a whole bunch of lies and give you a whole bunch of them. Cash wants to take me to trial. If I don't go to trial, I go immediately to the stake. Oh, wow. Cash, calm down. Cash is staking people. Lord, I'm going back to reading my flyers. Y'all mean in chat. I'm going to go back to my business here. Candace Muldoon is missing from Grafton. She was last seen March 3rd, 2025, and she's 16 years old. If you have any information about Cadence, please contact the Grafton Police Department at 508-839-2858. I had to turn back real quick, make sure I wasn't muted. Peggy says, Cash, you know you can't burn a real witch. You know, that's true. They come back, don't they, Peggy? Cash likes a name. Oh, thank you, Mom. I don't really let when they criticize me, I just kind of use it as a learning thing because I mean, I get it. I'm going to mess up a lot and I can use pointers. I'll take any advice you give me. But I'm not doing anything twice if I don't like it. Cassie says, "You don't want to be on the bad side of a witch." Hell no, I don't. Mm-mm. Put a spell on me, turn me into a frog or some shit. Anyway, back to this. ADHD, sorry. Squirrel. Lemire Deus is missing from Pennsylvania. Last seen March 4th, 2025, 14 years old, 5'6". Last seen wearing a black coat, black shirt, and black sweatpants with red Jordan sneakers. If you have any information about Lemire, please contact the Wilkes-Barre County City Police, 570-209-0911. We have Addison Daniels missing from Tyler, Texas. Last seen February 24th, 2025, 16 years old, 5'2", weighs 140 pounds. She was last seen at 6 p.m. on February 24th from an apartment complex on Kinsey Drive in Tyler. She could be in the West Chowacony or Quinlan area. I know, Tomboy, where you at? I know you can correct me on this. How do you pronounce this? Chowacony? Tall Coney? Y'all gonna have to bear with me with all these words. I'm just randomly throwing stuff out. It's okay, Wisdom. I figured you had something going on, love. It's no worry. Vexar Bear? Really? Vexar is bear? Here we call him Burr. All right. I got you. So, Burr. All right, Burr. Sabrina has been found safe. Olivia, safe. Eric Barrett is missing from Randallstown. Last seen April 17th, 2024. He's 39 years old. Beautiful little puppy on his shoulder. Eric J. Barrett was last seen by a friend at the intersection of Fort and Jefferson Streets. He is currently struggling with addiction. He has extensive tattoos, including a teardrop under his left eye. At the time he was last seen, he was wearing jeans, a t-shirt, and a dark colored hoodie. If you have any information about Eric, please contact the Baltimore County PD at 410-887-2361 and don't tell them Doodle sent you. We have Anna Pollard. She's missing from Greenville, South Carolina. Last seen March 2nd, 2025. She is 26 years old, 5'3", and weighs 100 pounds. Oh, God love her. She's so little. She was last seen near Greer Highway and Persimmon Ridge Road. I love that. Persimmon Ridge Road. At approximately 5 p.m. on March 2nd of 2025. She was last seen wearing a t-shirt with lettering and red and black white flannel pajama pants. If you have any information about Anna, please contact the Greenville County Sheriff or at 911. As you can see here, she's 26 years old, but it looks like she may be struggling. So please take a good look at her. And if you see her anywhere, please contact 911 immediately. Hey, Brandy, thank you for joining. Happy to see you. We have Christian Barron, missing from Prosper, Texas, last seen November 1st, 2024. He's 23 years old, 5'7", and 130 pounds. On Friday, November 1st, 2024, around 1:45 p.m., Christian Barron left his residence in Prosper, possibly heading towards Denton. Barron was last seen wearing a black Glock beanie, black hoodie with jeans. If you have any information about Christian Barron, please contact the Prosper Police Department at 972-569-1000. Arctic, do you have a premiere today? I don't want to step on anyone's toes. Is there any of you guys in here having a premiere? Because I usually only go 1 hour, so I don't want to step on toes. Nope. Okay. Well, Arctic, you let me know if you do. Don't put it back. If you have one, please let me know. I mean, I'm just going through flyers here. Oh, Peggy, you're always so sweet. Kareem Ward is missing from South Carolina. He was last seen June 17th, 2007. He is 22 years old, 5'8", and 145 pounds. Ward was last seen in Horry County, South Carolina, on the morning of June 17th. That day, he had played with his dog, took a shower, changed clothes, and then he left home around 10 a.m. Sorry about my chair. Here's this squeaky chair. Telling his family to call his cell phone if his dog got loose. Approximately 30 minutes later, his family attempted to reach him, but he didn't answer. He later missed Sunday dinner and failed to take his mother to a scheduled doctor's appointment. Both highly uncharacteristic of him, he has not been seen or heard from since. Just hours after Ward failed to show up for the appointment, authorities recovered his white 2003 Mitsubishi Galant from the Little PD River on the Gunter's Island boat landing. The keys were still in the ignition and his cell phone was found in the truck. Ugh. With the battery and SIM card inside the car. However, the new stereo and sound system he had installed the day before of his disappearance were missing. Hmm. If you have any information about Kareem, please contact their police department at 843-915-5350. We have Stephen Keith Robertson missing from Sonora, Texas, last seen September 5th, 2018. He's 26 years old, 6'1", and he weighs 180 pounds. Keith's mother had received a call from her ex-husband on that morning, informing her that their son had not showed up for work. Now, Keith was employed as an oil field flowback supervisor at a completion site in Crockett County, approximately 15 miles north of Ozona. At first, she thought he might have been visiting friends or out on a date. However, with repeated calls to his cell phone and went straight to voicemail, her concern grew. As hours passed with no word from him, she filed a missing person report in Arizona. Later that afternoon, the Texas Department of Public Safety provided troubling news. At 9:39 p.m., the night before, Keith had been involved in a two-vehicle crash in Sutton County. According to the DPS crash report, his vehicle crossed the center median, became airborne, and collided with another car. Oh no. Both vehicles spun multiple times and the other driver sustained injuries. The driver of the second vehicle reported that Keith left the scene. Since that night, he has not been seen or heard from since. If you have any information about Stephen Keith Robertson, please contact the Sutton County Sheriff's Office at 325-387-2288. Let me head over here to chat and see what's going on over here because you know how I am. I miss all my chatting. Oh, oh no, Peggy, honey, he just picks, I promise. If we thought that anybody in here was being rude, we would get him out of here. But Cash he's just a joker, love. He's just like me. He just jokes around to cheer people up. Aw. And Cash, don't you be judging our Peggy. She's got a fly swatter and a wooden spoon. You gotta behave. Mom's supposed difference. We do not spew them and rationally work through is yeah, I promise, Peggy. He didn't mean any disrespect, honey. See, he says, Peggy, I apologize profusely. Aw, you're not guilty, but Kimber's still getting. There you go. Good guys. Thank you. Thank you for being so respectful. Yeah, well, poor Peggy. I mean, she's harmless, and yeah, just like she said, don't mess with me. I'm harmless. He's just playing. Doodlebug, I can put you in touch with Aaron's. Yes, I would love that, Arctic. Yes, definitely. That's quite a case for sure. Oh, Tomboy's got a whip. Don't come at us with a whip, Tomboy. Oh Lord, I better get back to reading my flyers. She's gonna whoop us all. I'm gone. Oh, I don't. He's okay. Chosen was found safe. Raquan Brown is missing from Lansing, Michigan. Last seen February 11th, 2025. He's 28 years old, 6 foot tall, and 170 pounds. Raquan, Raquan Brown, also known as Red, was last seen on February 14th, 2025, near the Olympic Broil. Witnesses reported that he had appeared extremely scared at that time. He was also seen earlier on February 11th, 2025, around Greer Park at the Taco Bell on Northeast Street in Lansing. Raquan is a mixed race male with several tattoos, including his name on his neck and additional tattoos on his forearms, wrists, and hands. If you have any information about Raquan, please contact the Lansing Police Department at 517-483-6040. Cake! Barb's serving cake, and Peggy's got a large pig sticker. Well, hello. Nikki Event is missing from Hickman, Kentucky. Last seen February 23rd, 2025. 47 years old, 5'7", and 190 pounds. Nikki Event walked out and has been unreachable since, as his phone has been off almost the entire time. He does struggle with mental illness that requires medication, making his disappearance extremely concerning. When he was last seen, he was wearing green and tan Nike shorts, a cream or white shirt, black crew socks, and plain white Nike shoes. If you have any information about Nikki, please contact their police department at 270-236-2529. Mind a Monster says, Tomboy Charm threatened me with a good time. Hello, holler. Candy's like, ha ha ha, mom. Cassius got, oh my God, Cassius' mouth's open. His jaws dropped out. Dare innocent mom say such dirty words. Oh, I have to go back to Belva. Belva is deceased. Belva was 95 years old, 5'2", and she was 60 pounds. She is absolutely the cutest thing. Rest in peace, Belva, for sure. Okay, sent you okay, thank you, Arctic. I appreciate that. Aubrey was found safe. Awesome. Julia safe. Missing Zachary. Oh boy. Zachary Malowiski. If I said that wrong, I apologize. It's so hard. I don't want to disrespect these names, but I'm just an old country gal, so I'm so messing these up. Zachary Malinowiski. Winsky. Okay, Zachary's missing from South Carolina. He's been missing since August 25th, 2013. He's 19 years old, 6'1", and weighs 150 pounds. Let's see what we got here. He was last seen on August 25th playing basketball with friends in Anor, South Carolina. He dropped one friend off in Conway before returning to Anor with another, staying at his residence on 7th Avenue until 11:30 p.m. He then left to go get food and go home. His last known contact was a phone call shortly after midnight. Oh, sorry, guys. Let me mute just for a second so I can get this dog to hush. I apologize. All right. Let's try this again. If you have any information about Zachary, please contact the Hawaii County Police Department. It's 843-915-5350. I don't think I finished here where it was saying 8 days later, police found his car, a dark purple burgundy 1996 Chevy Beretta, burned in a wooded area off of Valley Forge Road near Anor. He has not been seen since. In December of 2014, Christopher Brown and Devon Dion Gibbs were charged with his kidnapping and murder. Both were released on bond, but later rearrested for other violent crimes, leading to their bonds being revoked. In July 2023, the charges were dismissed after the court ruled cell phone data inadmissible, leaving the prosecution unable to prove its case. The South Carolina Supreme Court upheld the decision. Malnowinski's body has never been found. Oh, I think I said nope. Yeah, I think I might have said it right that time. But again, please take a good look at his face. If you have any information about his whereabouts or you may hear anything about him, please contact their police department at 843-915-5350. Tomboy says, "Watch, you'll hear Doodle blush when she's gotta read these out loud." Yeah, yeah. I'm just so innocent, Tomboy. I mean, I can't help it with all that whip and talk you got going on in chat, and mom's oh, boy, mom's, country baptized in gravy. That's what I'm talking about. Now I'm hungry. Oh, Lord. Okay, let's go. Let's move on. Missing Jacob Edris. He's missing from Eugene, Oregon. Last seen November 14th, 2017. He's 26 years old, 5'10", and he weighs 185 pounds. Says Edris was last seen at a Walgreens pharmacy on River Road in Eugene, Oregon on November 14th, 2017. He has not been heard from since. At the time of his disappearance, he may have been riding a gray Granite Peak bicycle. He is a Caucasian male with brown hair and hazel eyes. He only has 4 teeth on the bottom front row. His distinguishing tattoos include a tribal symbol on his left upper arm, a Chinese symbol on the right side of his chest, and an additional tattoo to his left ring finger. He also has a scar on his knee. If you have any information about Jacob, please contact the Lane County Sheriff's Office at 541-682-4150. We have John Roberts. He's missing from California. Last seen October 6th, 2019. He's 47 years old, 5'10", and weighs 150 pounds. John Roberts, his partner Julie Engelhardt, and their daughter Brooke Roberts have been missing since October 6th of 2019. In 2017, the family moved from Hesperia, California to Ozark, Alabama, where John had grown up. They later returned to Hesperia in 2019, and they were staying at Motel 6 throughout September into early October. In October, on the 6th, Julie spoke with a relative by phone stating that she had secured a job cleaning used trailers for an unidentified business in the high desert area. She also mentioned that the family was in the process of moving to a new location near Spring Valley Lake. Julie promised to call again the following day, but didn't. No one has seen or heard from that family since that conversation. If you have any information about their whereabouts, please contact the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Office at 760-947-1500. And this is Julie that goes right along. This is the one that's with him. And we have Brooke Roberts. Same thing. They're all three missing. Any information about them, please take a good look. I'll go back to the first one. Please take a look at John's face here. Then we have Julie's, same story. She's 47, 5'7", and weighs 140 pounds. And their daughter, Brooke Roberts, 9 years old, 4'3", and only 50 pounds. If you have any information, please reach out to the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Office at 760-947-1500. Brooklyn was found safe. We all know that she was close to me, found safe. That's always a wonderful, wonderful thing. So she's found safe. Love that. Love it. Rigoberto's passed away. Rest in peace, buddy. I hate seeing those. Justin Brown is missing from Phoenix, Alabama. Last seen February 28th, 2025. He's 33 years old. Handsome fella, liking them glasses there. Last seen at Greenleaf Apartments on February 28th, 2025, which was his place of employment. Justin told his boss that he was quitting to go get a job in Sacramento, California. But no one he knows in that area has seen or heard from him since. If you have any information about Justin, please contact the Russell County Sheriff's Office at 334-298-6535. You look at chat real quick. We are all in it. That's right, Peggy. Innocent until proven guilty. And they know they don't have to prove it. They know I'm innocent. Okay, we have Willie Hodge Jr. missing from Sumter County, South Carolina. Last seen January 23rd, 2019. 36 years old, 5'8", and 140 pounds. Hodge was last seen by his family on January 23rd when he left a residence on Island Drive in Sumter County, South Carolina. Later that night, he was stopped for a traffic violation on Pine Road near Columbia Circle. During that stop, he pulled into a driveway on Columbia Circle and fled on foot into the nearby woods, leaving behind his cell phone and his driver's license. He has not been seen or heard from since. Hodge has several distinctive tattoos, including the letters NTAB on his knuckles, Street on the back of his arm, and Dreams on the other, Thug Life on his stomach, Sadie over his heart, and an image of a woman over his calf. If you have any information about Willie Hodge Jr., please contact the Sumter County Sheriff's Office at 803-436-2000. Tiffany Holbert is missing from Dunlap, Tennessee, last seen June 13th, 2018. She was 42 years old at the time of her disappearance, 5'4", and weighed 165 pounds at that time. Tiffany Holbert was last seen at 6 p.m. on June 13th when she went for a walk in her neighborhood, something she did regularly. That should really scare each of us. Tiffany was last seen going for a walk in her neighborhood. Just remember that. In her neighborhood. Can't even trust her own neighborhoods. That's scary. She did take her phone, but she never returned. Concerned when they couldn't reach her, her children reported her missing. Surveillance footage from an ATM captured Tiffany getting into a red Pontiac sedan belonging to her boyfriend. He initially claimed that he hadn't seen her in 3 months, but changed his story after learning about the footage. How convenient. Saying that they had a disagreement when he let her out before driving home. When asked to show investigators where he dropped her off, he refused and directed them straight to his attorney. Only good decision he probably has made in this. He later provided a handwritten note, allegedly from Tiffany, instructing him where to pick her up that night. But police questioned its authenticity, as they should. Investigators also consider his mother a suspect due to past conflicts with Tiffany, including a physical altercation that led to both being arrested. Additionally, a neighbor of the mother and a former partner of Tiffany's are also considered persons of interest. If you have any information about Tiffany Holbert, please reach out to the Dunlap Police Department at 423-949-3319. Let me head over here to chat for a minute, see what y'all are up to. Kimber is not a redhead, tomboy. Let me go through chat, guys. I really do need to start paying better attention to chat. Let's see. Quick, everyone behave. Oh, why? Why are we behaving? Oh, because I'm looking. Shoot, I'm harmless. What happened with the case with the woman found dead in the forest but had got a Venmo? You were talking about where they thought that she had committed suicide and actually she did. Many think she hasn't, but that's what they said she did. Yeah, I know. Sent her daughter a Venmo. Yeah. What was the name of that one? It's right on the tip of my tongue. You guys know it right off. Oh my goodness. Dago knows for sure because he was big on this case. What was that? Oh, the older lady. Wisdom, you know, Cassie, you'll know it too. Oh goodness. She was in her minivan. She went to the store. She ended up being found in the woods where she had like set herself on fire, they said. Debbie Collier. Thank you, Tomboy. Yes. That's it, Cash. It was Debbie Collier. They just said it was self-inflicted and they let it go. Yep. How I don't know. I don't know with that one. I just can't grasp that. That's crazy. I just don't see her doing that. But yeah, that was her for sure. Okay, let me go through here. We got Mom, if you're still here, check the group chat. What happened? Oh, we went there. We went Cash. Salem Witch Trials featuring Kimber. Oh Lord, that would be dangerous. Kimber, I never professed my innocence. Kimber. Another one like Crystal McCrory. Yes. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Definitely. Okay, back in the phone, heading to boxing. You're going to boxing classes? Heck yeah. I love that. It's so fun. Okay, let me finish up these flyers and I'll quit yapping you guys head off today. Shakima is missing from Dillon, South Carolina, last seen July 22nd, 1993. She's 10 years old, 3'6" and 65 pounds. I better check and see if I'm muted. Okay, that was a lie. I just really had to vape. But anyway. Okay. So, Shakima was last seen in Dillon, South Carolina at approximately 5 p.m. on July 22nd, 1993. Her stepfather, Sam Harmon, took her and her brother to the Turning Point grocery store on South First Avenue, where he claimed to have left them in the parking lot. Shakima was never seen again. In August 2005, Harmon was charged with murder, 2 counts of kidnapping, and criminal sexual contact with a minor. Prosecutors initially sought the death penalty, but later pursued a life sentence, dropping the sexual misconduct charge. Wow. Mm. In 1992, Shakima accused Harmon of inappropriate contact. The Department of Social Services investigated, but due to lack of evidence, no charges were filed. Investigators later suggested this allegation may have been given Harmon a motive to harm her. At Harmon's home in 2008, or no, at Harmon's 2008 trial, several relatives testified, including her uncle, who stated that 2 weeks before she disappeared, Harmon discussed ways to dispose of a body. Harmon was convicted of kidnapping and sentenced to 12 years with credit for 3 years served, but was acquitted for murder. Again, if any of you do cold cases, this would be a good one. If you have any information about her, please reach out to the Dillon Police Department at 843-774-0051. That is terrible. Oh my goodness. Travis Murrow is missing from west of Canton, Oklahoma. Last seen August 24th, 2014. He's 40 years old at the time of the disappearance, 5'9" and weighs 140 pounds. The following day, Murrow attended a rodeo in Cherokee, Oklahoma with his stepsons on August 23rd, 2014. The following day, he texted his stepson from Alva stating he was traveling to Enid to collect payment for a recently sold truck. He then planned to drive to Oakwood or Selling, Oklahoma to visit one of 2 former girlfriends, but he never arrived at either location. Shortly after 10 p.m., Murrow sent a text message to one of his former girlfriends. Now, this was the last known contact, and he has not been seen or heard from since. Days later, his Dodge Dakota pickup was found locked and abandoned approximately 4 miles west of Canton Lake in Dewey County, Oklahoma, near a cattle guard. There were no signs of struggle, and his personal belongings were missing from that vehicle. If you have any information about Travis, please contact OSBI at 1-800-522-8017. He has a kind face. I mean, that's just so sad. Isabella's found safe. Okay, and here is Shannon Polite. She's missing from Sumter, South Carolina. Lots of missing from South Carolina. Shannon was last seen on February 4th, 2025 at Lighthouse Baptist Church. Shannon has lived in Sumter and also to be known to visit Clarendon County. Shannon has been without her medication and her family is very concerned. She's only 22 years old, as you can see, last seen February 4th, 2025. If you have any information about Shannon, please contact the Sumter County Sheriff's Office at 803-436-2000. Marley Zimmerman is missing from Port Angeles, Washington, last seen January 20th, 2025. She's 28 years old, 5'2", and weighs 120 pounds. She was last seen on Columbia Street in Port Angeles, Washington, around 2:36 a.m. on January 20th, 2025. She was wearing all black and carrying a tan light green book bag. If you have any information about Marley, please contact the Washington State Patrol at 911. I do see a feather at the top. I'm assuming, do they mean feather alert, Mom? Arctic? When you have the feather, is that a feather alert? I don't get many with the feathers. So I thought I would ask. Oh, they may not be able to answer me. All right. Kayleen Jimenez is missing from Orlando, Florida. Mom, did you see this one? Kaylin Jimenez, missing from Orlando, Florida, last seen August 31st, 2024. Okay, thank you, Fox. I thought so, but I didn't want to say it until I could confirm it. She was last seen August 31st of 24. She's 16 years old at the time of her disappearance. She may still be in the local area. Kaylin may use the alias name Alex. She dyes her hair frequently and has a small Saturn tattoo on her wrist. Kaylin has noticeable scars on her arms and legs. If you have any information about Kaylin, please contact the Orange County Sheriff's Office at 1407-836-4357. And Brooke is found safe. Okay. Come back over here. Put me back over here. Figure out how to do this. There I am. Okay, it says cash. It's an alert for Native Americans. Okay, great, great. All right, guys. Do you have any questions? Anybody want to come up here and chitty chat about any of these people or about poor little Adam? I think he's such a doll. Look how cute he is. Oh my goodness. Mom, were you not aware of the one in Orlando? Kimber could be Cash, but I wouldn't try her to find out. She might turn you into like a frog or something with one leg. But she could be. I don't know. I stay on her good side. All right, guys. Well, if no one wants to join me and no one has any questions, I won't keep you any longer. I thank you all for joining me today. I realize it's not the hour I'm used to, but sometimes I find a little case that I know. Yes, yes, he does. He does, and he's such a doll. He is such a cute boy, cute boy. But I will go ahead and end this, and I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me today. It really warms my heart to see that I do have you guys in here every day, and that melts my heart. It does. I didn't think this would happen, but thank you all so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. And remember, you can't change your story, but you can change how it ends. Make it worth it. All right, guys. Well, I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow at 2. Have a great day. Bye.
Does anyone understand? Does anyone lend a hand? When the silence starts to bite, will you join me in this fight? Can you see them in your dreams? Can you hear their desperate screams? A heartbeat lost in the night. Oh, will you help me be their voice? In the darkness let's rejoice, 'cause together we can shine a light. We'll raise our hands, we'll raise our hearts. Let's make a stand, let's tear apart the chains that bind, that fade so